From down here, the Eiffel Tower already feels enormous. But we're going much higher, and when those doors open, Paris suddenly looks completely different. Imagine building the tallest structure in the world and knowing that 20 years later, it might be taken apart. That was basically the original future of the Eiffel Tower. Luckily, Paris changed its mind, and now we're about to go inside this giant iron structure and see what it actually feels like from the inside. Up close, it looks completely different. More than 18,000 individual iron pieces, around 2.5 million rivets, and somehow all of this was assembled more than 130 years ago. Now let's head for the elevator. Alright, now we're getting into the elevator and heading up. And honestly, the elevator itself is part of the experience. Instead of simply going straight up like in a normal building, it follows the angle of the tower's leg. When the Eiffel Tower opened in 1889, elevators like these were considered an incredible engineering achievement. Some of the historic elevator machinery is still part of the system today, and 2 of the tower's original elevators remain in service. The route between the ground and the second floor runs for about 128 meters inside the structure, and as we keep climbing, you start seeing Paris appearing between all these iron beams. It's probably one of the few elevator rides where everyone spends the entire time looking out the window instead of at their phone. And now we're out. This is the moment when you realize that seeing Paris from the Eiffel Tower is completely different from seeing the Eiffel Tower from Paris. From up here, the city suddenly looks incredibly organized. The streets, the Seine, the bridges, everything starts forming patterns that you barely notice from ground level. And here's something strange about the tower itself. It isn't completely still. Because it's made of iron, heat from the sun makes different sides expand slightly. On a clear day, the top of the tower can actually trace a small circular movement of around 15 centimeters. You would never notice it while standing here, but the entire structure is constantly reacting to the weather. And the more we walk around, the more of Paris starts revealing itself. What's interesting is that this view almost didn't exist for future generations. The Eiffel Tower was originally expected to remain here for only about 20 years. After that, its future was uncertain. But Gustave Eiffel realized the height of the tower could make it useful for scientific experiments and wireless communication. Radio eventually became one of the main reasons the tower was kept instead of being dismantled. So one of the most famous landmarks in the world basically survived because it turned out to be a very useful giant antenna. And now we're getting to the highest part visitors can reach. The public observation level at the summit is about 276 meters above the ground. The tower itself is even taller, around 330 meters today because of the antennas above us. There's even a reconstruction of Gustave Eiffel's private office up here. Inside, you can see Eiffel with his daughter Claire and Thomas Edison, who actually visited him and gave him a phonograph as a gift. So while everyone else was coming up here for the view, Gustave Eiffel basically had one of the most unusual offices in Paris. And now, just look at this. From up here, Paris feels completely different. The traffic becomes tiny, the noise almost disappears, and landmarks that feel enormous when you're standing next to them suddenly look like little pieces of a map. Maybe that's the strange thing about going this high. The city doesn't actually become smaller, but your perspective definitely changes. And now we're heading back down. It's funny, the trip up feels like the main event, but on the way down, you keep turning around for one last look. Maybe that's why places like this stay with you. You come up expecting a great view of Paris, and you leave realizing that sometimes seeing something from a different height is enough to make you see it differently. And now, back to Paris.